Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. And we are here, literally less than 24 hours away from the next big update here on Master Duel, where we will receive the second wave of support for Kashtira. And I'm also assuming that the one for Purrely is in that next pack as well. And there'll also be a couple of banlist updates, literally the day after this recording. And I was actually debating on whether or not I should even record in the first place, because this video will basically be obsolete on the day itself, because there will be a new stuff coming in, and then decks will be updated and whatnot. So I'll still do it, honestly. Just one last look at Kashtira having Diablosis before they get an even better win con in Arisart. And a little live update here. There was supposed to be a video on Friday, but in case you guys weren't there on the community tab where I posted it, there wasn't one. It's due to not just technical difficulties, but there are elements recording a game that's over 30 years old that are just completely out of control. OBS can only do so much, as I've come to find out. And I was troubleshooting for an hour, and I got so frustrated that I just played the game that I was supposed to record for, I don't know, 3 to 4 hours. And yeah, so we will be going back to the regularly scheduled Yu-Gi-Oh! Of my weekly adventures on the rank ladder with Purrely, and then the me exploring the casual rooms. So, without further ado, let's hop in these duels. Going second with the go second deck. Let's see what we got. We have an evenly matched, so we're not going to be killing our opponent this turn, so we'll try to build Noir, and let's see what kind of bullshittery my opponent is up to. His name is Leaf, but he is not customized in the slightest, and only sets one and passes. That seems unassuming, but I have been got by those kinds of moves in the past. Unfortunately, our hand does not lend to a strategy that will allow us to go off too hard here. Alright, Max C. That will limit our options, unfortunately. But I think it's still fine, because we won't be doing too much special summoning. Probably just maximum 3, so we will definitely just graceful charity our way into whatever it is my opponent is going to do. But the most unfortunate part is that we will actually not be able to do too much about it. I want to normal summon Lily, since she will be protected from whatever targeted negation my opponent could potentially have. But our hand is extremely skinny, so we will have to start with Purrely himself. So let's see if that baits any negation. And it doesn't draw them a card, so that's a plus on my part. So if all goes well, we'll just literally end with Noir. Unfortunately, it did not go well, so we will not end on Noir. Oh my god. This will be problematic, and that's unfortunate. Should we try again? Or should we just pass and then hope that we don't die on our opponent's next turn? Because they will be drawing out of cards. Yeah, we're just gonna poke in for 100 and hopefully we don't die next turn. Unfortunate, but it's what we gotta do. Our hand is extremely skinny, so... And that's rare. Well, not really rare, but Purrely bricks in this particular fashion, where you draw like too many copies of the field spell or the continuous spell, and then you're not going to be able to do much from there. So my opponent is rocking the Blackluster Soldier deck, so he's finally showing his hand here. Yeah, Chaos form, and I'm assuming he's going to summon either one of the Blackluster Soldiers here. It's either the Super Soldier or the new one here. Alright, Incantation. Okay, so this guy is definitely going to be rocking the Blackluster Soldiers. But I don't... Well, which variant? We don't know yet. So Candle, yeah, this is a really old not fusion engine, a ritual engine. I mean, it still works for the decks that need it. Oh my god, he's just going to... Boo! You're boring, opponent. You're just going to go into that, really? Oh my god. Here I was thinking you're going to go into to Blackluster Soldier, but no, you're just an engine for Chaos Max. Great. You're even sacrificing Blue Eyes so that you can get Chaos Max out. Then you still have like 2 monsters on board as extra bodies. Okay, sure. Change it all to defense position. You did not consider the fact that it will also change your Chaos Max Dragon to face down opponent. And that is the scoop of shame. You did not, opponent, did you read the card? Book of Eclipse is reciprocal. It affects all monsters. Should have had Book of Moon instead, opponent. Oh my god. We take wins like that around here. Next duel. Let's see if our opponent this opponent is also rocking just plain sleeves, default field. Some people are they just don't want to customize anymore. They just want the mate and then they're just done with it. Oh my god. Customization is there for a reason. It's to flex. Okay, it's to have some color on the field. I mean, do you guys have any idea how beautiful the field looks when you have the full Madolche field? Like, from both sides, you have the full Madolche field. It's an amazing sight. But my opponent is just Pot of Extravagance and then sets once. So his hand is either extremely stacked or he bricked, which is honestly not a problem for us here because we won't be popping off too hard just yet. We're gonna see if my opponent has any interaction for this. Nothing. Okay. We will discard Purrely because that will not be doing us any favors anytime soon, and we will summon Lyly. Lyly, do your effect. Do you have a response for this opponent? Nothing as well. Alright, we will get my friend Purrely, the namesake of this weekly series on this channel. So we activate that. Does my opponent have something? Still nothing. That is interesting. Okay, we will activate my friend Purrely. We will get Delicious Memory here. Do you have anything? Yes, you do have things in your graveyard. And my opponent scoops. Oh my god. Man, if only all of the... Oh, the connection failed, quote-unquote. That's a salty scoop if you ever saw one. He just Alt F4'd out of here. Alright, we take wins like that around here. Next duel. Took a sip of water, and opponent is rocking the Night Scrapers field here, and then rocking the light sleeves. So this could be indication of some average-ish chicanery, but we don't know yet. We'll only find out once my opponent plays things, or they could just simply be rocking Mikanko. I've seen Mikanko players rock either the Mikanko sleeves or the light attribute sleeves, so it could be one or the other. But we shall see if my opponent's internet connection holds up. I think all of these internet issues are likely as a result of just, you know, the update coming in soon. With I'm assuming we're going to get Arise Heart soon, probably within the next 2-3 weeks. But my opponent is not playing Mikanko after all. He is playing Exorcisters. People keep saying Exorcisters when clearly there's no R. But it just rolls off the tongue a lot smoother if you say Exorcisters, because Exorcister just sounds weird and odd. It's like a reject K-pop group of some sort. It's like if the group EXO, if you're that old in the K-pop industry, it's like they finally had a subunit where it's an all-female counterpart to EXO. Although I'm pretty sure SM Entertainment already has a female counterpart to EXO, but I've been out of the K-pop loop since 2013, basically around the time when Girls' Generation was slowly dipping out of popularity. So there's that. But here's my opponent setting up their quote-unquote Exorcister combos. Going into one of the XCs, searching, and then summoning the others, special summoning the others, then searching for their back row so that they can disrupt the opponent. Of note, Exorcisters, I mean, they're not as powerful as some of the other rogue decks, but they are... I will commend them for being insanely consistent. They always execute their game plan, and they have backup, and they always have recovery for said game plans. But unfortunately, that's all they do. I mean, it's the same case for Purrely, but at least Exorcister shut down like the graveyard. Basically, a lot of people assume that Exorcisters are a direct response to the tier lament dominance way back when. And you call way back when like 1 to 2 years ago. But that's very far. That's like a long ways of time by internet standards today. But otherwise, yeah, Exorcisters are, people assume this is a direct response to Tier Lament being the deck to beat way back when. But unfortunately, it never converted. It is fun to see someone play it every once in a while. Then we're not going to get Magnifica now, and then they will end on probably 2 to 3 pieces of back row. Yeah, Magnifica, and then if I remember correctly, Magnifica will return herself to the extra deck and then summon the other one, and then that will be an extra negate. So yeah. Fortunately, we opened with a full house, assuming, of course, we don't get interrupted here. But we will definitely not be killing our opponent this turn. But we will try to cripple them to Kingdom Come. And yeah, this is quite literally what I expected out of Exorcisters. Let's see what our draw is. Another field spell. We do not need that. I need a starter here. That's not Lyly. Oh my god. Well, the easiest way to deal with this is to get rid of the Xyz monster. Xyz monster first. Oh my god. I almost burped. Oh my god. Because if I remember correctly, most of their back row relies on the fact that an Exorcister should be on board. But better be safe than sorry here. We're going to evenly match right here, right now. Okay, there we go. We will put evenly match here just in case this is an infinite impermanence. Any one of these is an infinite impermanence. Whatever back row they leave behind is the one that I should be the most worried about. So let's see here. I mean, of course, they could activate it here in response to evenly matched because it's that kind of spell. Sure, just activating that's completely fine by me. That's not going to do anything. Wait, no, unaffected. No, the choice is going to be yours, opponent, not on the stuff you have on board. You will be the one to choose. Oh my god, you will still choose. Okay? That's the weird thing about YuGiOh when it comes to non-targeting shit. Oh my god. But I'm assuming he's going to leave one of these things behind. One of the back row. So let's see what he leaves behind while he thinks in the tank here. He leaves that one. Alright. So that is far more bearable to fight against compared to what he had before. So let's get Lyly down. There we go. And then, do you have any juicy spells and traps in your graveyard? Yes, you do. You have Exorcister Pax. Alright. I only have evenly matched. And wow, the last thing you did leave was infinite impermanence. Good on you, opponent. Good on you. Alright. His graveyard is loaded, though. And if there's one thing I know about Exorcisters is they have a lot of good top decks. Any one of the Exorcisters is like... they either search the others or they search something that helps them extend. So my opponent's not out of this yet, but I did cripple them significantly. So I will be stuck here for a bit because I did not open with any starter in the slightest. They do have room to breathe, so there's that. Okay, Zoroa is not exactly the starter I was looking for, but it will get them started, sort of. Because I believe this fetches out, yeah, special summon level 4. So the last monster in hand is a spellcaster. So it's likely one of the Exorcisters. Alright. I'm honestly happy about the fact that the Magistas are like really good extenders for basically any spellcaster based deck. But unfortunately, they never seem to convert to Top Cut. Oh my god. It's just sad, really. I mean, flavor-wise, it's really good that the Magistas are like getting what are essentially the prequel cards to their stories. You know, when Endymion and Alistair, hell, I mean, Zoroa was like the black sheep of the group. He was, if I remember my lore correctly, he was basically kicked out of the circle. Then Endymion, Vere, and Alistair went on to do their own things, and Zoroa was like warning them that if they do certain things, they will definitely not like it. But Zoroa was apparently right. Oh my god. But my opponent is going to be doing Exorcister combos, so this will take a while. So I will be the one to sit through this. You guys don't have to, so we'll just skip to the next interesting point. Okay, we're back. My opponent inflicted over 5,000 points of damage, and I drew shit. Well, I'll just move on to the next duel. Okay, my opponent made me go second, which is something I really, really like. We opened with a max C, but my opponent made me go second, so we're gonna activate this here. This is a trick that a lot of people do these days because of the first Kashtira summon does not actually um, cause a chain link to occur. So when you're playing Kashtira, the first special summon is almost always maxi safe. So that's a way that they can make their opponent draw less cards. But against Purrely, maxi does wonders. This will at least draw us what, one, well, not really 1 to 2 cards, probably even 4 if they're gonna go balls to the wall with their combos here. Granted, I don't know what build of Purrely they are on, so but we did draw the best out we have to an established Noir, which is a Kaiju. So this combo might take a while, unless of course my opponent stops right here right now and just tries to combo off again next turn, because Maxi will draw me probably 2 to 3 more cards depending on how deep they're gonna go with their deck here. Otherwise, I'll just see you guys at the next interesting point, or at the very least, the beginning of my turn. Okay, we're back, and my opponent, basically their only form of interaction here is an established Noir, and unfortunately for them, I have a Kaiju. Unfortunately for us, if we do not capitalize on this right now, I mean, granted, we have to kill my opponent now, or else we will never live this down at all. We have to kill my opponent now, and I believe we can do it because of the happiness OTK. We're going to use X Purrely happiness for this one, because it's the only monster. It's the monster that will be big enough to handle the stuff that we need to do here. They will summon something here. Did they maxi us here? No, they did not. All right, they only drew 1 card because of the War having 1 sleepy memory. So okay, they're going to get 3. They got delicious memory, happy memory, 2 copies of happy. Wait, no, sleepy memory, happy memory, and delicious memory. All right, they have that, sure. That should already tip them off as to what I'm actually running here. Okay, okay, they got something. They got pretty memory. Okay, so now it's our turn to do our bullshit. First we will have our own Pearly Street. So he has 1 unknown in hand. We have absolutely no idea what he could be, what that unknown is, but we do know 4 of his cards, and it's the 4 quick play spells. So that we are sure of. All right. We're gonna see what we roll off the top with Purrely himself here. The last unknown is an Ash Blossom. Oh no! How are we going to get past this? I love it when I do that, because opponent. I have stuff in hand. That's unfortunate. Oh my god. Alright, delicious memory. We'll get our own plump. There we go. Okay, eat really plump. There we go. And then we're going to activate. Do you have any pretty memories? Yes, you have a pretty memory in your own graveyard. Thank you, opponent. Thank you very much. I'll take those from you. Thank you. Sure. Try and activate your own delicious memory, opponent. I know you have no interaction whatsoever. Yeah, this is usually what Purrely mirrors just boil down to, is who gets to establish the OTK the quickest. Oh my god. Or at least who breaks the parity here, and usually it's with Kaijus. Oh my god. Or, you know, a Dark Ruler no more, or if somehow they manage to negate Noir. But yeah, usually the answer is a Kaiju. It's the way to deal with whatever board Purrely has. Alright, we're going to activate this. We're going to send the field spell. We will consume... Oh, right, we can't target that. Oh no, that's sad. We will consume the other happy memory. We'll consume the other delicious memory then. Unless you activate it here. in which case I will not be able to absorb it because it will be sent to the graveyard upon resolution if I'm reading the Yu-Gi-Oh rules correctly. But we shall see. Opponent, don't think about it. I know for a fact that you don't have any interaction. I mean, if you're thinking of activating it for science and seeing what happens, I'm all for it. Come on, opponent. But yes, no matter what, opponent, you're dead here. I'm going to go into Purrely Happiness, and then we will be done with it here. Come on, opponent. Just do it. Come on. Yes, or if you're surprised as well that I can steal your own stuff, yes, because it's a Purrely card as well. So there's that. So that happens. And then we will do this. So Happy Memory, so that we can attack 2 of his monsters. We will activate Purrely Plump. We're going to do the Happiness OTK, but not the small Happiness OTK. We're gonna do the big one, the big Happiness OTK. Oh, there's a small lag spike here, kind of like a few seconds earlier. But this will pass eventually. There we go. See, just need to wait a bit. We're going to target our own field spell because we don't need that one anymore, and we will get another Happy Memory down. And then, yes, we will. I would like to absorb that. Thank you. And then I will also absorb the other one. I think that's the last one we have in hand. Yes, the last one in hand is another Sleepy Memory. So we can also do that. Yes, I will absorb that as well. There we go. And because we have 2 copies of Happy Memory underneath us now, we will be able to kill my opponent here this turn. I will not banish a card. No, thank you. No, we will not do that. There we go. Banish a card. No. There we go. Happy Memory again. Target the field spell, I guess. No, we will not discard a card. Now, we go into Purrely Happiness. There we go. We will be swinging in for huge chunks of damage. Basically 3k all by himself. Oh my god, that's a that's a huge ass dinosaur. Do we BM my opponent? Of course we can. We're gonna BM them. Alright. We're gonna use Pretty Memory here. We will send Gamseel, and we will get their own field spell. There we go. We're gonna basically make Purrely Happiness as big as possible. There we go. And then we're going to swing over Princess Pride. I'm sorry, my dear princess, but this is for your own good. Let's move on to the next duel. I'm honestly envious of the players who have the Kageto Kagemate. I wasn't able to complete the event to that point of completion. Then again, the event that he was in is honestly rather boring. You could have done better with the King of the Island event, but what can you do? I mean, it's great that we have. See, look at it. He's just a cute little guy. But otherwise, my opponent is playing Sword Soul. Oh my god. Oh, excuse me. A deck of yore. By yore, I mean like near the beginning of Master Duel, or at least around the time when Sword Soul was like the big deck in the paper game, and then it was horribly power crept out of the format because of Tear Lament. So yeah, I was there when it happened. Holy shit. I was there when the game developed into that kind of degeneracy. Holy crap. I remember, back in my day, Sword Soul was one of the best synchro, was one of the best decks in the format, and then all those mermaids came along. But I'm assuming this is going to end on Baron de Fleur, Chi-Shao, and then pass, and then we're just going to have to find a way to punch through all of these negations. So I'll just see you guys at the beginning of my turn. Okay, we're back, and my opponent ended on the... Oh my god, opponent, you are in for a very, very bad time. I was gonna say, if we don't draw a negation off the top here, we are definitely going to lose, or at the very least, have a hard time fighting through this, because this is most obviously Blackout. Protoss, I mean, granted, there's a reason this is banned in the TCG, and the reason why it's only fine in the OCG, it's because it doesn't really do too much in the blind. You'd have to know the matchup for Protoss to be able to do its thing. But if Protoss doesn't do his thing, then it's basically worthless. Oh my god, opponent. Opponent, my dear opponent. Oh my god. You're gonna be in for a very... Ooh! Doing that there. Oh no, what do we do? Oh my god, opponent. I'm going to use blackout here, and then they will literally be forced to use that to destroy two of their things, not mine. So let's see here. Right, delicious memory. Nice Ash Blossom, opponent. We're going to target, I don't know, Battle on the Flare, I guess. Yes, I will happily discard a card. We'll discard a Pretty Memory. And then we will summon... Oh. Alright, because Lily is a, Lily is a dark. Right. I forgot that Protoss is a lingering effect. Well, I guess we have to hit it big right here, right now. Quick play off the top, and always had it. Always had it. Always had it. All right. So we put those back, and then we will use Lily here, and then we will absorb one of these things. Unfortunate that we can't do too much, but it's what's been given to us. That's unfortunate. I forgot that Protoss's effect is a lingering effect, but we're just gonna work with what's been given here. God damn it. We will send my friend Purrely, and then we will absorb. I mean, Baron de Fleur is the most dangerous one of the bunch, so we'll absorb her. She has a once per turn pop anyway, so I think this is fine. Then we have a negate that's live. All right. That's that, I guess. Unfortunate. I forgot about the fact that Lily is a dark, and Protoss's effect is a lingering effect. But otherwise, I think we stand a... Oh, we do stand a chance. Holy shit. If we can absorb Delicious Memory right here, right now. Or we can just fetch it out next turn. Or we can get a Sleepy Memory out of the deck. So that that in case I'm pretty sure Beauty will not last too long on the field here. If that happens, we have the field spell and the continuous spell to help us recover. Should Beauty here die, which is to be expected. So we are forced to negate here. I mean, that's I've seen I see this one from like half a mile away, so there's that. Yes, we will activate that, and we will negate Chishao. There we go. He only does have the one negate because he needs to be able to banish from the graveyard, and yep, yeah, sacrificing him, yeah, so that's one less problem to worry about. So the negate will push through, but if Beauty does die, we do have a chance to recover. So there's that. All right, yeah, getting Taya. I'm not sure how dead we are though. I mean, Sword Soul does have a lot of beefy creatures, so we could die here. Should my opponent find a way to get Beauty off the board without having to waste the battle phase for it, which is honestly very likely because if I remember correctly, Qixing Long Yuan has an on-field banish, and then Cheng Ying himself has a banish, if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong, or that Cheng Ying is just a really big creature. So we're gonna see here. So my opponent could combo off for a while here, while he tries to find lethal, because I am only down to 6,000, so he doesn't have to work too hard to kill me here. So we're just going to skip to the next interesting point. Yeah, Baxia will definitely take care of the lone blocker that I have. Although granted, that will cause Beauty to leave the field. Ooh, targeting the back row instead. Yeah, actually that's a lot smarter, so that I won't be able to recover. Alright, so highly likely we're going to die here. So either we cut to the next interesting point or to the next duel, because I do not like my odds here because I don't have anything in hand. So I'll just see you guys there. Okay, so a small update here. My opponent is so scared of me recovering that he did not only play safe by just using Baxia to attack Purrely Beauty, he didn't even attack with Protoss. He just immediately used his effect to basically soft lock Lily should I ever summon her. But during my standby phase, he not only activated Max C, but he also used Called by the Grave, which was a card that I did not expect he would have. I expected this to be Blackout instead, and he banished the lone Purrely that I have in the graveyard. He is so scared of me recovering, but granted, if I do manage to recover, he will eat shit. All right. So the unfortunate part is I am not able to capitalize on this just yet, and my opponent has a lot of good draws off the top that will allow him to assemble lethal far faster than I will. So this duel is not over yet, but I do not like my odds. So I'll see you guys either at the next duel if I do not recover, or at the next interesting point if I do recover. So I'll just see you guys there. So my opponent made me go first, and that is always scary. That means my opponent is going to try to kill me. But my hand unfortunately does not speak confidence in the slightest. However, we do have a way. There is a way. Assuming, of course, my opponent does not screw me over in any way, shape, or form, which is very, very unlikely considering he made me go first. But we're gonna see here. We're going to discard Purrely. We're going to summon Lyly here, and then we will use Lyly to search the continuous spell. And let's see what my opponent thinks about that. Okay, so far no interaction whatsoever. So my opponent could be rocking what was that? My opponent could be rocking. I am blanking so hard on the name right now. There we go, Numeron. My opponent could be rocking Numeron OTK, or it could also just be Mikanko, because both of those decks do need monsters on board. Although granted, Numeron doesn't exactly need monsters on board. They prefer their field to be empty, so that they will, because some Numeron decks these days have evolved to the point where they can win even through an empty board, because they have limiter removal to double the attack of all of the Numerons, and that's also that's exactly 8,000 points of damage. So there's that. Opponent is thinking about it, even though there isn't really much of a choice to begin with. But I'm going to try my best to fight through whatever it is my opponent is going to be trying to do here. So okay, we were given that. We will not discard any card whatsoever, because that will put us behind. Okay. We'll use Delicious Memory here, and we will target Lyly. No, we will not summon anymore, because they could maxi us here. That is always scary. Alright, we're good. We'll use Lily's effect. We will get Delicious Memory. Of course, my opponent could have a Kaiju in hand, and he wouldn't really care about this in the first place, which is always a possibility. But this is the best that I can do. So I hope it will be enough. And we do have recovery, in spite of my opponent having a Kaiju. So we're gonna see if this will hold up. So we're just going to do the Purrely Plump song and dance. He will be able to attack multiple times on monsters. Never forget that line of text. You can only make the extra attacks on monsters, not like direct attacks on the player. So always remember that. Alright, so those happen, and we will protect the field spell, because that is the more important one of the bunch. And then we'll just go into Noir and have a Noir with 7 materials. I mean, again, granted, I don't feel safe about this because my opponent made me go first. So who know? They could, but it's very likely they have a Kaiju in hand, and then again they won't care about having Noir being unaffected by shit in the first place. But otherwise, I did my best, and this is the best that I could come up with. So what do you have, opponent? I have at least 3 spins. Granted, that will remove Noir's protection, but otherwise, yeah. If you have a Kaiju, you have a Kaiju. Otherwise, I'm just dead here. But let's see. Opponent is thinking on the draw step. Okay, moving to standby. Now we draw 1 card with Sleepy Memory. Let's see if my opponent has something here. Again, Ash Blossom does not work on a Noir that is unaffected by everything, because the ability is being given by the materials, and basically the monster that's like see, I told you he has a Kaiju. Okay, so this could either be setting it here. Normally that would be innocuous, but that means this is a Crusadia player. That means this is a Crusadia player, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we are highly likely dead here. Um, if he put it anywhere else, like in the corners or in the middle, I would not think much of it. But the fact that he put it here, where the link areas are, that means we are fighting against a Crusadia player, and that is literally the only place Crusadia players would do it, because Equimax points upwards, and he needs that to be able to do his shit. All right, we're going to set Purrely here in the middle, because that's actually the safest place to put him in. Not on the rightmost side, because there could be other stuff. All right, he's saving the Ash Blossom for my turn, for his turn. Why? He could have done that all of my turn, or rather during my turn. But okay, sure. If you're just playing, he is not playing Crusadia after all. Okay, I have been completely bamboozled. Alright, remember what I said earlier when in the Purrely mirror, whoever establishes the kaiju first is the one who wins? Well, you're now seeing what it looks like on the receiving end. Oh my god. Alright, if there's anything about Purrely, their combos can take a while, so I'll just see you guys at my opponent's end board, or, you know, basically just when he's about to kill me. So I'll just see you guys there. Okay, so a small update here. My opponent quite definitely screwed up somewhere, because during his combos he was trying to get to Princess Sprite, and this is the biggest reason why I don't like Princess Sprite in his deck. I mean, granted, he's doing it now to get into Downward, but you could do that with any of the other Purrelys as well, and that is definitely the scoop of shame, because this is the Purrely mirror, and we're going to check his build so that I can make some notes here. Otherwise, what he did there was definitely not optimal in the slightest. Oh, he has 2 copies of Pearl Heap. Okay, those were the only 2 copies he has, and he only has 1 of the field spell, wherein I prefer 3, but he does have 4 of each of the quick plays, which is normal. 3 of that, 2 of that. Okay, okay, just 1 kaiju. Okay, so we got like unlucky there. But yeah, that gameplay early. That gameplay was exactly the reason why I do not like Princess Sprite. I'd rather keep the deck as pure as possible, and in the slot of oh my god, I cannot pronounce his name without tripping up. Kiki Nagashi. I keep saying Kiki Ganashi. It's Kiki Nagashi. Okay. Kiki Nagashi Fucho. In these 2 slots, I'd rather have the Lyrilisk. The 2 Lyrilisk. And then once we get Purrely Noir, which will hopefully be soon, that will occupy the other slots in here. But yeah, he is in the right headspace of having 3 Plump, because he is the most important one of the deck. Bump it down to 2 Beauty and just 1 Purrely Happiness, because Purrely Happiness does what Purrely Happiness does, except it's like it's a non-once per turn search. But yeah, don't put Princess Sprite. Don't fall for that trap. I mean, granted, it's like incidental card advantage because most of your deck is spells, but no, otherwise no. Don't do what this guy did. All right, and he definitely had a scoop of shame there, because I think he had a sense that I have another kaiju in hand, because I'm also a Ghost Icon deck. So yeah, we'll move on to the next duel. Going second, let's see what my opponent has for me here, and oh, rocking the Master Duel Black Sleeves. That is interesting. It's not indicative of anything just yet, but he is rocking. I mean, granted, this is like one of the best mates, Rescue Rabbit, because he dabs whenever you win. Okay, so we're in another Purrely mirror. God, this deck is all over the place in the ladder lately. So he got Happy Memory. Okay, sure. Okay, Delicious Memory. I don't know why you're doing this here, but it seems my opponent is going to be comboing off for a bit. So I'll just see you guys at my opponent's end board. Okay, so we're here at my opponent's end board, and it's just a Noir with a couple of spins. She does only have 6 materials, so we're not really in deep water here, but they will be able to punch through a lot of the stuff that we would normally have. So there's that. Although the field spell does insulate us against Noir's oh my god, yep, that's one way to force it out. Oh my god, yeah. So now Noir can be affected by my opponent's card effects, which is exactly what I expected. Okay, We'll try that again. We're going to run you out of materials, Noir. We're going to make you shotgun all of that. Oh my god, Noir. Oh my god. Opponent, you are being way too aggressive with your Noir triggers here. Oh my god. You should save it until like much later. Like say when I normal summon Lily here. In which case when her effect triggers, it's already too late. Ooh, you have an Ash Blossom for that one. Sure, that is completely fine by me. That does not mean that Lily is going to be well, you negated the Lily search, but that doesn't mean that I still can't do my shit. So we're going to do our thing here. Do we do this first? Ooh, actually that's nice. We're going to use Pretty Memory first. Let's see what our opponent thinks about that. Okay, nothing. That is interesting. All right. Yes, I would like to discard one card. I will discard Sleepy Memory. Let's see what our opponent thinks about that. Okay, nothing. All right. We will try and see what we get when we have Purrely on board. What do you have for us here, boy? We will flip a couple of cards off the top. Oh, he is letting that one through. All right, we have the third field spell, or that's one of the other ones. And that was eventually like pulled back to the top of the deck after the shuffle. All right. Now we will activate Purrely Street, and that will insulate us against all of this chicanery that my opponent could potentially have. Let's see. Do you have something for this opponent? I mean, it's now or never, because that's literally your last Noir activation, and then after the fact, I will start eating your board down. You are... Oh my god! Opponent! You should have... Oh my god. I think my opponent is dead here, unless I miscalculated something. But we're gonna see here. Oh my god. Alright, so we're going to use Happy Memory. Alright, then we're going to go into combat. We will put it here in the middle. There we go. He already used an Ash Blossom, so he won't be able to stop this. Then we're going to combat. Then we're going to attack into Purrely. There we go. Alright, we're going to count with me, guys. We're going to see how many E-Purrely Happiness triggers we're going to do here. Alright. So we have a maximum of 3. We're going to do it on we're just going to go here, I guess. Noir. Then we're gonna use Delicious Memory. We will absorb that. Thank you very much. After that, we're going to use Delicious Memory so that we can make his Purrely to not be destroyed by card effects, or destroyed by battle at the very least. Right, we're going to bounce it to the hand. Delicious Memory triggers. We're going to target his Purrely. There we go, and then attack into his Purrely. There we go. That's our first. Now for our second, we're going to get the other Happy Memory, and we're going to see if we can do the Happiness OTK here. Then we're going to cut that attack in half. And then, happy Memory again. Absorb it. This is the second one. This is the second one. Come on. Let's see if we can kill my opponent here. Alright. Then there we go. And then we will target a field spell. We will not change the attack. And we will attack Purrely again. Oh, lag spike. Lag spike. Come on. Come on, laptop. You can do it. We are literally a few steps away from the finish line here. Not just victory, but also the finish line. Come on. There we go. Right. That's 3,000 damage. We'll activate that again. We will get Happy Memory, and this is the third and final one. We will change the attack. Yes. And I believe this is lethal, unless I'm doing the math wrong, which is also a possibility. This is the third and final one. Hopefully I'm doing the math right. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay, Happy Memory. We're going to target Happiness, I guess. There we go. And attack. Hopefully for game. Alright, it is for game. And just a little over 3,000. Alright. Happiness OTK. Woo! Alright, that was definitely a tough match because he had a Noir and he could have literally spun everything that I Well, I mean, it was the right choice to keep spinning the field spell back, because once that is established, Noir's ability is needs to target. So if the field spell is established in any way, shape, or form, my opponent will definitely have a hard time. So I think that was right in shotgunning the Noir effect there to get rid of the field spell as often as possible. But I it ultimately cost my opponent the victory here. But yeah, whoo! That was a duel and a half. So we're gonna cut it here. More pearly stuff coming in the future, whenever that'll. For basically for as long as Kashtira is around, I will not be playing graveyard decks at all. Although I am rebuilding the spiral deck in preparation for whenever Kashtira is going to be taken out in the back of the barn, which is probably like sometime in the middle of next year. So until then, I will be rocking Pearly. And if you like what you saw, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share this among your friends. And until next time, toodles.